Hello everyone. So today we will talk about four basic chop in Vovinam. Okay, we have chop number one, chop number two, chop number three, and chop number four. Okay, and before we go into those chops, I want to remind you that make sure make sure your hands, your fingers, right, is close together, and your thumb is pointed inside. Okay, never never chop with your hands like this, or never chop with your hand or your thumb pointing out like this. The reason is if your finger is spreading out and if you chop, it might get caught or your opponent might grab it and bend it. So make sure when you perform chop or blocks, make sure your fingers are together and thumb kind of point inside, okay, towards your palm. All right. So before we get into the techniques, I want to talk about the hands a little bit. So you already know that all the fingers, right, have to be close together and your thumb is pointing towards your palm. Another thing is when you do chops, right? When you chop, right, this area is where you want to be in contact with your opponent, or to be more precise is this area right here. Okay, because on your hands, right, this part is the most strongest. Okay, so when you chop, right, just trying to make contact with this area right here. Okay, all right. All right, so let's get into chop number one. All right, quick demonstration. Side view. Alright, so let's move on to step by step, right? So make sure when you start this chop number one, so when you start, right, you start at either close to the neck, right, or close to the ear, and you extend your arm out. Okay, again. Side view. And that is for chop number one. Next chop is chop number two, demonstration. Alright, so step by step, chop number two, right? Also, you start at your ear or your neck, right? And you extend your arm out. So For chop number 2, I have a quick, uh, quick talk. So it's not from up down. Okay, it's kind of like diagonal. Okay, start here and go diagonal, diagonal. Okay. It's going diagonal. Remember, it's not going down like this. Okay, it's going diagonal. Okay, side view. And that's it for chop number 2. For chop number 3, quick demonstration. That is chop number 3. Okay. All right, let's move on to step by step. So for chop number 3, you want to your finger, right, to point up. You start here, right? Always start here. Just push out. And always remember, you want to contact, right, to hit your enemy with this part of your hands because it's the most strongest. Okay. Start here. Push it out. Okay. If you first time practice this technique, right, it's kind of hard to straighten your arm out because you pulling your muscle here. Then of course your arm have to bend a little bit. First time is really hard to extend it, but if you practice over and over, you will stretch and extend your muscle out a little bit, and you're able to straighten your arm. But for now, when you practice, bend your arm a little bit, just easier for you. Okay. Remember, this part is where you hit your opponent. Okay. For the finger, it doesn't have to be straight up. I usually do is I bend a little bit. As you see, I bend a little bit, right? I don't put it straight. So it doesn't matter. You can bend it if it's easy for you. The more important is this part. Okay. You want this part to hit the opponent. Okay. All right. And that's it for chop number 3. Okay. And let's move on to chop number 4. Chop number 4 is kind of the same as chop number 3, but instead of your finger pointing upward, you want to bend it out like this. Okay. All right. Quick demonstration. Alright, so step by step, right? Just like always, you start here. So as you can see that when I push out, right, my finger is actually pointing out, not pointing up, right? So chop number 3 is start here. Make sure finger is pointing out, push out. Okay? Push out. Push out. Let's do step by step, okay? Right. Start here. Push out. And again, for the finger, right? Doesn't have to be straight. If it's help, you can crawl your finger a little bit, right? Just like I did, I crawl my finger. I do this, push out, right? The most important is make sure when you perform this technique, right? This part, this area, right? To be precise, this area is the part that is in contact with your opponent. Okay? Alright, so that is it for all the basic jobs in Vovinam. Okay? If you guys watch my video and you have any question, okay, go ahead and leave a comment and I will make a separate video to answer all the questions you guys have. And if you guys want to learn some kind of whatever type of flip, right, rolling or different type of defense, please also leave a comment and I will make a video about those. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next video.